How's it going, everybody? This is Jason from BUSWERX. I'm just going to do a quick video on how to help you fix your horn in your Beetle, or in this case, the Karmann Ghia. Customer complained that as he's turning, sometimes turns a corner, the horn will beep. Sometimes he goes over a speed bump and it'll beep. The problem with that is it's more than likely the bearing that's in the steering column has wore out, or the little retainer, plastic retainer bushing that it goes around has wore out. So that's usually what happens. So I'm going to show you how to fix that really quick. Parts are very inexpensive. It's just time to do it. So I'll show you the parts here in just a minute and tell you, walk you through it. Okay, these are the parts that I expect to be using. This is the bearing I was speaking of. Inside here is the copper bearing that makes the contact to the ground, and it sends a signal through this wire to the horn to ground the horn. The horn already has power going to it. But this is the part number here in case you're looking for it, right there. We sell these, very inexpensive. Okay, we're in the car now. First thing we need to do is remove the steering wheel. To remove the steering wheel, it's really simple. Remove the horn button. There's a spring on the upper end here that retains it. So you can just put like a small screwdriver or a pick on the bottom side here to lift up, and the horn should come off, no problem. There's the retainer I was telling you about. It usually goes up. So you go from the bottom part here, push up, and it comes right out. So put that to the side. Next thing we'll do is, let me see if I can get some light in here real quick for you. So the next thing we'll do is we'll remove the wire. This is the wire that connects the horn, grounds the horn out, and it goes to the bearing I was talking about. So we'll undo this here, and then we'll leave the rest of the screws in there. You don't have to take them off, and then we'll take off the big steering wheel nut there. That nut, depending on the size or depending on the year of the vehicle, it may vary. This one here is a 60, I think this car is a 68 or 69 Karmann Ghia, 69 Karmann Ghia. And so this should be a 27 millimeter. Socket. So I brought a 27 millimeter socket. Yep, that's it. It doesn't take a whole lot to get it loose. Oh, in this case it's going to, hang on. It's really tight. Okay, the nut was a little tighter than I thought, so I had to use two hands. Nut's gonna come off. There's a washer in there. Just hold onto all of it, and it should come right off just like that. Shouldn't take too much effort. Next thing we'll have to do is remove the turn signal housing. Usually there's 4 bolts. In this case, there's one missing. So we'll just loosen this and that piece will come out. Okay, I have the fasteners, the bolts out, screws are out. So this housing should come right off. There you go. It might be a little tight. You might have to get the wires and push them through a little bit to get it over the shaft. But to explain this better, this is the copper ring I was telling you about that makes the contact with the ground. That's the wire that sends it signal to the horn, tell it to ground out to make a noise and beep. Okay, we're to the point where we need to take out the bearing. So all I did is loosened up these two fasteners underneath the column here. Yeah, that one there, and then one right there underneath the wires. Just loosen those up, and then this shaft or this housing will allow you to move the shaft just enough to pop the bearing out like that. So that's free. And now it comes in two different it's two pieces for that bushing. Let's see if I get the light in here better. And now this bearing should come right out, but it's gonna be kind of tight. So oh, there's the problem. This is why we're shorting out. This was just sitting there. Wasn't connected to anything. Probably just shorting out on that right there. But yeah, that makes a simple fix. So I'm gonna get this bearing out, and then we'll inspect further. Here it goes. Yeah, it's tight. There it goes. So it should come right out like that. Oh, I need to take this circlip out. I don't know if you can see the clip right there or not. The black clip right there. That needs to come out. Right there. So I'm gonna get that out, and then this bearing should come right out. That we'll inspect further. Okay, you got the circlip out. That's this piece here. Just put that somewhere safe. You have to put it back in. And now the bearing should come right out. It's supposed to be soldered right there, but that was a problem why it was honking. But I'm gonna go and replace everything. That doesn't look too bad. Clean that up a little bit, put the new one in, and call it good. Everything else looks fine in there. Okay, this is the bearing we're going to put in. Comes in two halves. This is the outer sleeve for it. So I'm gonna take these off and just try fit and make sure it fits properly. It looks like it's gonna fit good. It's gonna get a really tight fit. So yeah, I should go right on. And then once I get this in, this wire here, I'll feed through there, and then it'll come out where this other one came in, and then I'll solder it together. Okay, one thing to note, when you put the bearing spacer or bushing on, make sure that this notch here lines up with where the solder joint is, and then this whole section here, right here, goes right in there. Okay, at this point I got the bearing on. It's a little tight, so you can get a piece of ABS or a piece of pipe or something like that. Put it around the steering like that. Just spread it where it's on the rubber bearing thing there, and just tap it in. It's gonna go all the way down to it's resting on that. Keep tapping away till it locks down there. Okay, got the bearing in here. Got the wire running all the way through. It's coming out here. So I got the two halves in there, and what I'm doing now is I'm sliding this back up. And as I slide it up, I push this down and kind of go back and forth until it's nice and flush. Okay, the bearing's in place, the bushing's in place. This car had the there's supposed to be a C-clip that goes in there. There's a channel right in there where it rides on, right in there. And this car didn't have the C-clip, so I went and got one, and I'll put it in. It'll go right in there, snap it into place, and that locks the bearing and bushing from coming out. Okay, got the C-clip in. That's all locked down. They shouldn't go anywhere. Now I will put the turn signal back in, lock that down, and then reverse order to put everything back together. I will join these two wires here with solder, and then the car should be fine and no more problems. Okay, everything's assembled again. I got the wire coming from through the steering column back on the fastener there, and we're back in business. It does not honk as we're turning anymore, so that's important. And doesn't honk when we put the flashers on, the turn signals, or the high beams. So we're in good shape. Last thing to do is put the horn on. This little notch here goes up. That goes in first. As soon as you get that in, then you can just press the bottom part in, and there you go. Back in business.